Most people who decide to build a self-sufficient farm on half an acre make the same critical error before they ever purchase their first animal. They believe the goal is quantity. They look at their land and immediately start calculating how many species they can fit, how many coops they can build along the fence line, and whether there is enough space to squeeze in one more breed. That thinking does not build farms. It bankrupts them. Here is the financial reality that most homesteading content refuses to discuss honestly. Animal feed prices across the United States rose between 28 and 40% between 2021 and 2024. A bag of laying pellets that cost $14 3 years ago now sits closer to $20 at most rural stores and rarely drops back. The average small flock owner spends between $45 and $60 monthly on feed alone. Add 2 standard dairy goats, and that number climbs by another $80. Include hay, mineral supplements, veterinary visits, and animal replacement costs, and your supposedly self-sufficient homestead is suddenly consuming between $2,500 and $4,000 annually just to keep operating. That is not independence. That is a subscription service with feathers and hooves. The deeper problem is that most of those animals are not producing enough to justify what they cost. They consume more than they return. You work harder, spend more money, and end up with less food on the table than if you had simply driven to the grocery store. I have watched this pattern repeat itself dozens of times. Someone watches a homesteading video, gets inspired, buys chickens, ducks, goats, and rabbits in the same month, and 6 months later they are physically exhausted, financially drained, and quietly giving up on everything they planned. The problem is never work ethic. The problem is that almost nobody teaches which animals genuinely function on small land, and which ones simply consume resources without returning sufficient value. The 9 animals in this guide were chosen because each one performs a specific biological function inside a larger living system, and together on half an acre they can produce meat, eggs, dairy, honey, and fresh protein year-round for a family of 4 without purchasing inputs every single month. Rabbits are the single most underestimated protein source in small-scale farming. A single doe produces between 50 and 60 pounds of meat annually, representing more protein per square foot than almost any other backyard animal, including cattle. A basic breeding setup of 3 dozen 1 buck costs under $150 to build and runs $15 to $20 monthly in feed. But rabbits thrive on garden surplus, foraged greens, dandelion, comfrey, and clover, meaning a solid forage system cuts that feed cost nearly in half. The hidden value of rabbits is their manure. Rabbit droppings are a cold fertilizer applied directly to garden beds without composting. They will not burn plants and require no waiting period. Dense in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, rabbit manure makes your soil measurably richer every single week. Does kindle every 30 to 35 days and kits reach harvest weight in 8 to 12 weeks. No other animal on half an acre delivers this combination of output, low cost, and soil benefit simultaneously. Coturnix quail are the second foundation animal, and they pair with rabbits almost perfectly. 50 quail occupy the space a single small chicken coop would require. They begin laying eggs at 6 weeks of age, compared to 5 to 6 months for standard chickens. Each hen produces 250 to 300 eggs annually, small but nutritionally dense, carrying more iron, vitamin B12, and protein per ounce than chicken eggs. Feed consumption runs approximately 1 pound per bird per month, making quail the most input-efficient laying bird available to small producers. Garden scraps supplement their diet. Their manure enriches the garden. The garden produces more surplus that feeds the quail, and the cycle strengthens with every rotation. Heritage dual-purpose chickens belong on this list, but not the industrial hybrid varieties that most beginners are sold. Breeds like Plymouth Rock, Black Australorp, and Rhode Island Red lay between 200 and 250 eggs annually, provide meaningful meat when their laying years end, and most critically, they forage. A well-managed heritage flock using rotational grazing across small paddocks sources between 30 and 50% of its own diet from insects, seeds, grass, and kitchen scraps. That cuts a $60 monthly feed bill to under $35. Keep the group small. 6 to 8 hens and 1 rooster is sufficient for half an acre, producing 4 to 5 dozen eggs weekly, while maintaining a sustainable breeding program that eliminates the need to ever purchase chicks again. Nigerian dwarf goats solve the dairy problem on small land in a way full-size dairy breeds simply cannot match. Standard dairy goats demand more space, stronger fencing, and considerably more feed. Nigerian dwarfs stand roughly 20 inches at the shoulder, weigh between 60 and 80 pounds, and still produce 1 to 2 quarts of milk daily. That milk carries a butterfat content between 6 and 10%, the highest of any dairy breed, meaning 1 or 2 does can supply enough cream for butter, soft cheese, yogurt, and soap on a fraction of the feed a standard goat requires. Feed costs run $20 to $30 monthly for 2 does. More importantly, Nigerians are browsers rather than grazers. They prefer brush, weeds, shrubs, and bark over grass, meaning they actively clear neglected sections of your property while feeding themselves. Their manure feeds directly into the same fertility cycle that supports your garden, rabbits, and quail. Initial investment for 2 does and basic housing typically runs $300 to $500. The dairy value they return can replace $150 to $200 monthly in purchased dairy products. Always maintain at least 2. A single goat will communicate its unhappiness loudly and continuously until you remedy the situation. Muscovy duck are the forgotten gem of small-scale farming. They are the only domestic duck breed not descended from mallard stock, making them genetically distinct, significantly hardier, and dramatically more efficient at self-foraging. A Muscovy flock on half an acre sources up to 70% of its own diet from slugs, mosquito larvae, beetles, ticks, and vegetation. They are also virtually silent. Unlike common ducks, Muscovies communicate in soft hisses and tail movements rather than constant loud quacking, making them genuinely compatible with suburban and semi-rural properties. Hens lay 80 to 120 large eggs annually, excellent for baking. The meat is lean, dark red, and widely compared to roast beef in flavor, bearing no resemblance to the fatty commercial duck found in restaurants. Muscovy hens incubate and raise their own ducklings without incubators, heat lamps, or human assistance, meaning your flock self-renews at 0 additional cost. A breeding trio can be established for under $100. They integrate well with chickens, share space without conflict, and consume pest populations chickens leave behind. Honeybees produce no meat and no eggs, and may still be the highest value animal on a half-acre farm. A healthy colony produces 30 to 60 pounds of honey annually. At local raw honey prices of $10 to $15 per pound, that represents up to $900 of value from a structure occupying a few square feet, but honey is not the primary contribution. Pollination is. A single managed hive increases fruit and vegetable yields across your property by 30 to 70%. Every productive plant on your half-acre benefits from bee presence, and that increased yield means more food for your family and more garden surplus cycling back through your animals. Bees amplify the output of every other element in the system simultaneously. Initial investment runs $300 to $400 for a hive, basic protective gear, and a starter colony. Annual maintenance costs approximately $50. Utility pigeons, specifically king or mundane breeds, are among the most historically proven and least discussed protein sources in small farming. A single breeding pair produces 12 to 16 squab annually. They mate for life, incubate their own eggs, and raise their young independently. Feed consumption runs approximately 2 ounces per bird daily. A 50-pound sack of mixed grain costing $15 lasts months for a small loft. Squab sells at $15 to $25 per bird at specialty markets. A small loft housing 6 to 8 breeding pairs can be built for under $150. Pigeons are quiet, legal in virtually every jurisdiction, and produce no odor noticeable at property lines. Tilapia cover the fresh fish gap that most half-acre systems never address. They are among the most environmentally tolerant food fish available, thriving in water with pH between 6.5 and 8.5 and temperatures between 75 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. A single 200-gallon stock tank produces 50 to 75 pounds of fish annually, growing from fingerling to 1 to 1.5 pounds in 6 to 8 months. Total setup cost runs $200 to $400 including tank, air pump, diffuser, filter, and breeding pairs. Daily management involves feeding floating pellets twice and checking water temperature. Feed is supplemented with garden scraps and duckweed grown on rabbit manure effluent, closing another loop in the system. In cold climates, the tank must be maintained indoors or inside a greenhouse through winter. The American Guinea hog is the animal that unifies everything else on the list. When most people hear the phrase pig on half an acre, they imagine a 600-pound commercial breed requiring industrial infrastructure. The American Guinea hog reaches 200 to 250 pounds at maturity. They are calm, compact, and were developed specifically for diversified small farm systems exactly like this one. These pigs are genuine pasture animals. They graze, root, and forage while consuming kitchen scraps, garden waste, fallen fruit, whey and dairy byproducts from your goats, and virtually every organic material your homestead generates that would otherwise require disposal. Between 50 and 70% of their diet comes directly from your land and kitchen, reducing purchased feed requirements dramatically compared to commercial breeds. A single breeding pair produces 2 litters annually of 6 to 10 piglets each, meaning 12 to 20 piglets per year. Some fill your freezer with heritage pork that is deeply flavorful and well marbled in a way commercial breeds never match. Others sell at $75 to $150 each, income that can cover the feed costs of your entire homestead operation. Place them on a neglected section of your half-acre, and they will clear, root, and prepare that soil for future planting within weeks. Now you have all 9 animals: rabbits building soil fertility and producing protein, quail delivering eggs with minimal input, heritage chickens foraging and controlling pests, Nigerian dwarf goats clearing brush and producing dairy, Muscovy ducks hunting slugs and self-renewing, honeybees multiplying yields across every productive plant on the property, utility pigeons producing premium meat on grain costs that barely register, tilapia converting system waste into clean fresh protein, and Guinea hogs closing every remaining loop by processing what nothing else can use. This is not a collection of separate livestock operations. This is one integrated biological system where each species makes every other species more productive and less expensive to maintain. Small farmers operated versions of this system for centuries before commercial feed manufacturing convinced producers to abandon integrated farming in favor of purchase dependency. That knowledge was not lost because it stopped working. It was displaced by a model that profits from your monthly feed bill. Your half-acre is enough. Stop doubting your land and start building your system, one animal at a time. Which of these 9 would you start with first? Write it in the comments. I read every one, and I will answer your questions personally. Subscribe and hit the bell for new videos every week covering real systems that work on real small properties. No exaggeration and no fantasy farming. Your land is waiting. Start building.